Start here what you will learn. Whether you are just getting started or refreshing your skills, this guide covers 10 essential Pandas concepts. You will learn how to think like a data detective, how to clean and prepare your data, how to reshape and organize information, how to work with time series, how to apply functions and logic, and how to export your results. Each section is a quick and practical step to help you improve your data wrangling. Let us get started. Think like a data detective. Start with basic questions like: what does the data say? Is this data clean and consistent? What does the dataset contain? Are there missing or unusual values? Do the column types make sense? Can we trust this data? Use the following commands to explore your data. df.head shows the first few rows. df.sample with n gives you a random selection of rows. df.info gives an overview of data types and missing values. df.describe shows summary statistics like mean, min, max and standard deviation. df.columns lists all the column names. df.types tells you the data type for each column. df.shape gives the number of rows and columns. Tip: always start with exploration before jumping to conclusions. Let the data speak for itself. Data wrangling commands. df.isNull or df.drawna help handle missing data. df.groupby is used to group data by column values. df.sort values is used to sort rows based on column values. df.apply allows you to apply a function to each row or column. df.merge or pd.concat are used to combine data sets. df.tail shows the bottom rows of the data. df.shape returns the number of rows and columns. df.columns lists the column names. df.types gives the data types of each column. df.value counts shows how often each value appears. df.fillNA fills missing values with a specific value or method. df.duplicated or df.drop duplicates help you find or remove repeated rows. df.loc or df.eloc are used to access rows and columns. df.sample randomly selects rows from your data. df.rename changes column names or index labels. df.astype converts data to a different type. df.to-CSV or df.to-Excel are used to export your data to a file. Data cleaning in Pandas. Common cleaning methods. df.isNull identifies missing values. df.notNull finds values that are not missing. df.drawna removes rows or columns with missing data. df.fillNA with a value fills in missing values using a constant. df.duplicated detects duplicate rows. df.drop duplicates removes repeated rows. df.replace old with new updates values in the data frame. df.astype with a type changes the data type of a column. df.strip when used with apply removes extra spaces from text. Best practices. Use df.info and df.isNull.sum to check for missing values. Always inspect the data before and after cleaning using df.head. Save a copy of your original data with df-clean equals df.copy. Exploring and summarizing data. Key methods. df.describe gives summary statistics like mean, standard deviation, min and max. df.value counts unique values in a series. df.unique tells you how many unique values are in each column. df.shape gives the number of rows and columns. df.corr shows how numeric columns are correlated. df.sample with n lets you check a few random rows. df.hist creates histograms requires matplotlib. df.plot with kind equals box makes box plots to help spot outliers. Tips: use df.groupby with aggregation methods to explore data by subgroups. Combine describe with filtering to focus on specific parts of the data. Use visual exploration early to spot trends and unusual values. Reshaping data with melt and pivot. Key methods: pd.melt with a data frame changes wide format into long format. It turns column headers into row values. df.pivot with index columns and values converts long format into wide format. df.pivot table works like pivot but can summarize values and handle duplicates. df.stack combines columns into a multi-level index. df.unstack reverses the stacking and separates the index into columns. Example: if you have monthly sales as columns such as January, February and March, you can use melt to transform that into a long format. This makes it easier to filter, group or plot. Filtering rows and selecting columns. Selecting columns. df with single quotes and a column name accesses a single column. df with double square brackets and multiple column names accesses more than one column. Filtering rows. df with a condition like column greater than 10 filters rows based on that condition. df with multiple conditions like column 1 greater than 10 and column 2 equals a uses and or logic to combine filters. df.query with a string lets you write SQL-like filters, for example column 1 greater than 10 and column 2 equals a. Index-based access. df.loc with row label and column label accesses data using names. df.eloc with row index and column index accesses data using position. Tips: always use parentheses when combining conditions. Use .isen with a list of values to filter, for example df where column is in A and B. Combining data frames. Merging. pd.merge with data frame 1 and data frame 2 merges on a common column. Use how equals left, right, outer or inner to control the join type. Concatenating. pd.concat with a list of data frames stacks them vertically by default. Use axis equals 1 to combine them side by side. Appending. Data frame 1. Append with data frame 2 adds rows to the first data frame. Note: append is deprecated, use concat instead. Tips: always check the index before merging. Use ignore index equals true to reset the index. Use suffixes in merge to avoid column name conflicts. Working with dates and times. Converting and setting date time. pd.to date time with a column converts strings into date time objects. df.set index with the date time column sets it as the index. Resampling. df.resample with m followed by .mean resamples data by month and calculates the average. Common frequencies: d for day, w for week, m for month, y for year. Time-based filtering. df with 2022 selects all rows from that year. df.loc with a date range like January to March of 2022 filters by a specific range. Writing custom functions with apply. Core tools. df.apply with a function applies it to each row or column. Use axis equals 0 for columns, axis equals 1 for rows. df with a column dot apply with a function applies it to a single column. You can use lambda functions for short logic like price times 1.2. Other tools. df.map is similar to apply but works element by element in a series. df.transform returns the same shape and is useful with grouped data. Tips. Use apply for row-level logic like scoring or tagging. Avoid apply for very large data sets unless necessary. Combine apply with if and else logic string methods or math functions. Exporting and saving data. Exporting. df. to CSV with file name saves data as a CSV file. df. to Excel with file name saves as Excel requires OpenPixel or Sloss Writer. df. to JSON saves as a JSON file. df. to SQL with table name and connection writes data to a SQL database. Importing. pd.read CSV reads a CSV file. pd.read Excel reads an Excel file. pd.read JSON reads a JSON file. Tips. Use index equals false into CSV to avoid saving the row index. Use encoding equals UTF-8 for compatibility. Use versioned file names like data_v1.csv for better tracking.